Chris Desi. I'm a 49-year-old father of two beautiful girls. That is my daughter Talia, who is 16, Olivia, who is 13, my beautiful wife Laura, and my mother Patricia, who the girls lovingly refer to as Nanny. But you don't really care about that. You want to know, why am I qualified to deliver this webinar to you? Well, I've been working for about 25 years in my career, and I have been around the block. I've seen some things, I've learned some things, and I've understood patterns that I'm going to share with you today. But I also wanted to share with you portions of a highlight reel from my television appearances about 12 years ago. I got discovered by a television producer named Jason Hartilius, because I had written a blog post. He Googled social media guru. He found my blog post saying if anybody calls themselves a guru, they're full of it. That then led me to launching my own digital agency. That led me to launching an event that was called the Westchester Digital Summit. I sold both of those. But right now, I want to do some live ChatGPT workshops. So I know that there's a bunch of you guys on the webinar right now. But if you could just mention in the chat, how many people do we all have access to ChatGPT right now? Yes or no? Just put a yes or a no. Cool. Okay. So a bunch of you seem to have access to ChatGPT. That's pretty cool. So we're going to do a couple of different things. So we're going to have you guys go into ChatGPT right now. I will do it, and I'm going to share my screen so that everybody can take a look as we're going through here. Let me just minimize that. But while I'm doing it, please go to chatgpt.com so that we can get started. And while we're waiting, and we're going to do a couple of exercises together to make everybody's life a little bit easier, so that when you're trying to figure out ChatGPT, you say, oh, cool, that makes perfect sense. Okay, so we're going to get into some of the tactical details. So one of the keys to ChatGPT, probably the biggest key actually, is writing great prompts. And what I mean by that, what is a prompt? So a prompt is what information you give to ChatGPT in order to make it work for you. And this is absolutely critical. So for example, the reason why I wrote, I kind of crossed out ChatGPT for fun and then said ChatGPT for profit, is because, let's see if I can share this. ChatGPT, there we go. Cool. So now I'm sharing the screen for ChatGPT. Got our picture in picture going, and we can go through some of the tactical details. So the reason why I cross out ChatGPT for fun is because a lot of times people get to the ChatGPT landing page right here, and they're just like, oh, they follow the prompts. Give me a fun fact about the Roman Empire. Cool. Well, we want to figure out how to write better prompts and how to understand the basics of prompt engineering. And what I mean by prompt engineering is what you can tell the technology in order to design the response that you're looking for. So prompt engineering is the process of designing the input prompts that elicit the desired responses from the AI model. So in order to be effective, the prompts need to be clear, specific, and tailored to the task at hand. And I know this is going to feel weird at first, but don't be polite. You don't have to ask the AI, please. You don't have to say thank you. But let's start with identifying the objective. So we're going to determine what we want to achieve with the prompt. So are we looking to create something that's creative, answer a specific question, provide a summary, perform a different task, whatever that clear objective might be. So we're going to start with a simple prompt. I'm going to start with, let's see, I'm working from home. So we're going to say, write a blog post about the benefits of working from home. Cool. And now we'll see. Let's see. The benefits of working from home, a new era of productivity and balance in recent years. Concept of working from home. I'm not going to read it, but enhanced productivity, improved work-life balance, reduced commuting stress, cost savings. Pretty good, right? Like, this is some impressive stuff. All I did was ask it one simple question. Okay. So you can see that it's very, very, very easy. If you are working in content marketing, or if you're working in a business where you need to improve the search engine optimization, that's SEO, you could pretty quickly start to generate blog content and post this blog content on your website. Now, there's a way to do blog posting for search engine optimization. And there's a whole module that I have for that because I used to have a column at Inc. magazine. On Inc. they would tell you how to go about dealing with never write a paragraph more than 3 sentences. Always have 3 internal links to other content within your blog in the first 2 paragraphs. There is a way to write content for the internet, but this is a really good start. So if you're in marketing and you want to build up the SEO on your website, this is the first step, right? So identify your objective. You want to write a blog post about the benefits of working from home. But starting with those simple prompts, that's great. You want the straightforward message, but now we want to get a little bit more specific, right? So maybe we want to say, okay, summarize the key points of this blog. Now, the reason why I'm showing you this is because this is step 2. So we're at the top of the funnel. We said, hey, create me this blog post. And isn't that impactful? You can copy and paste the blog post. You can put it on your blog. You can generate links. You can put all the content that you want in your WordPress blog. But this is going to be key. So I asked it to summarize certain blog posts about the benefits of that remote work. And the reason why I asked it to do that is because if you post blog content and then you want to optimize blog content, a key way to leverage ChatGPT is to ask ChatGPT what types of questions people might have about that content. It will then create the FAQs for you. So now at the bottom of that blog post, you can add different questions that they might have. So let's review them, right? Key points of the blog: the benefits of working from home, enhanced productivity, improved work-life balance, reduced commuting stress, cost savings, access to broader talent pool, environmental benefits, increased job satisfaction and retention, better health and well-being. I know I love it. I get to tinker with my guitar when I take a break and eat some lunch. I get to see my daughters bouncing around the house, which is super cool. Lots of benefits. But now that we've gone a little bit further down, it now gives us even more content as well as FAQs. So again, we want to get as drilled down as possible, and we want to iterate and refine. So we're going to experiment with different variations of the prompts to see which ones get the best answers. We might say, let's see if we're going to do this. Let's do something from customer service, okay, or from marketing. As a marketer of books, how about that? We'll give it a scenario. As a marketer of books, explain the top 5 ways to market a book that would be the most cost efficient. So now you could see, this is so super cool, top 5 cost efficient ways to market a book. Now you can leverage this content for yourself and this guidance as yourself using the role-playing scenario. And I think the key for prompts, right? We started general. We said, write a blog post. We went a little bit deeper and we said, give me the key points of that. And then we could use FAQs associated with it. But if we start getting even more creative, the manner with which we can leverage ChatGPT for profit is to make it play a role, okay? So now that we've asked it to be a marketer, what's it done? Top 5 cost-efficient ways to market a book: leverage social media, build an email list, utilize content marketing, engage with online communities, collaborate with influencers and bloggers. Super. Now we could ask for multiple outputs. So let's see, we can say, generate 3 different headlines for an article about the impact of AI on marketing. Let's see if I could type that all out without any typos. Generate 3 different headlines for an article about the impact of AI on healthcare. Oh, and I misspelled article, but that's okay. Headlines for an article on the impact of AI on healthcare. Oh, what did I say? I said, yeah, I guess healthcare, whatever. Revolutionizing medicine, how AI is transforming healthcare delivery, patient outcomes. AI in healthcare, enhancing diagnostics, treatment, and patient care in digital age. The future of healthcare, exploring the powerful impact of artificial intelligence. Super. So this is, again, this is top line. So let's make it review. Let's see. We're going to say act like a 20-year healthcare veteran and take a deeper dive into number 3. Create an outline for a blog post on the number 3 topic. So again, started high level. We said, generate 3 different headlines for an article about the impact of AI in healthcare. It gave it to us. Now we want to role play. Act like a 20-year-old healthcare veteran and take a deeper dive into number 3 and create the outline. So get it? Super simple question, role play question. And then we go from there. Let's see what we got. Introduction, brief overview of the integration of AI in healthcare, personal perspective as a healthcare veteran or 20 years experience. Super cool outline, super simple, super fast. Cost reduction, ethical considerations, the future of AI in healthcare, conclusion, recap, call to action. You can see how this can become incredibly powerful for anyone across verticals within the organization. If you are in healthcare within your organization and you want to create leave behinds, you want to create, you want to deal with your corporate handbook, this will help you with those guidelines. So let's see. A lot of people talk about how they leverage ChatGPT to help it write emails. So let's start there. We're going to start really broad from that top level, right? And we're going to say, okay, let's say write an email, let's make it a marketing email. Write a marketing email for my new product. It's a, anyone want to give me some ideas through chat? You guys want to chat me an idea or two? Let's see what we got. Anyone have an idea? What's the product? Come on, give me a product. Nobody wants to give a product. My new product. All right, we're going to just do this. It's a new line of electric cars. Unleash your inner rock star with our new line of electric guitars, dear whomever it might be. Thrilled to introduce to you why our electric guitars stand out. Sound quality, innovative design, advanced technology, built for durability, affordable luxury, special launch offer, join the revolution. Now look, this might be way too long and you might then have an example of a marketing email that might work even better. So you might say, that's a good start. But now we're going to say, okay, integrate a better email into this. So we don't have the better email, but we're going to say, remember, role play. Act like a marketing expert with 30 years of experience. Rewrite the note, rewrite email with specific calls to action that you know for a fact work, and please shorten the email. Let's see what we got. Elevate your sound with our new line of electric guitars. Dear recipient name, we're excited to introduce your brand new line. Why choose our guitars, right? So now we're realizing that's a question. Why choose? Okay, save 10%. Shop now. Don't miss out. Here's the website. So now it's acting as somebody with marketing experience for 30 years. It's saying, this is a special offer. Don't miss out. Come to our website. Those are the calls to action. Now, you can modify this. You can embed a video. You can say, this is the specific content that I want to add to it. This is what I want. I want to drill down even further with the prompt. The key where you become a master at ChatGPT is once you start to integrate your own content. See how it's got the little paperclip here? You can upload from your computer, connect to Microsoft Drive, connect to Google Drive. And that's when you can start to create your own GPT. And what I mean by that is you can add your own marketing collateral and you could have ChatGPT learn on behalf of your organization. And you can then build on top of that learning and you can have it extract data. Now, the options are endless. We only have an hour. So that's 10 minutes of us demoing ChatGPT. I'm going to stop going through the live demo right now. I'm going to see if you guys have any questions, but we're going to get back into the PowerPoint while I'm transferring it. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing. If you guys have any questions, go right ahead, plop them into the Q&A. Happy to do it. Let's see. Okay, cool. So now we're going to get back into the PowerPoint. On this stuff, meat and potatoes. Okay, how do you make money leveraging ChatGPT? Somebody that's leveraging an agency and understands marketing, we're going to go through these 10 examples. If you don't have any marketing prowess, if you just need extra scratch on the side, that's the next slide. We're going to go through the super simple stuff. But if you understand technology and you're just kicking the tires on ChatGPT, AI-powered content writing. Content is absolutely the biggest layup and just the simplest way to make money with ChatGPT. Offer writing services. Say, I'll write blogs for your business. Say that I'll write articles for your business. I'll create social media posts for your business or do email newsletters for the business. ChatGPT can generate content, but here's the key. It's not just about generating content. It can generate SEO content, search engine optimized content, meaning if you think a bit and you think about a business, let's say, for example, somebody selling sneakers, right? What are people searching for when they're looking for a sneaker store, like a brick and mortar sneaker store? They want to go in, they want to touch the sneaker, right? They're probably saying, show me sneaker stores nearby me or near me. What is the coolest sneaker right now for less than $99? What's the most popular size sneaker? What's the most popular color sneaker? Any of these questions, right? Maybe those aren't such great questions off the top of my head, but it's up to you and that potential business owner to think about the questions that people are asking, and then you generate content off of that. And the reason why that's powerful, somebody searches for it on Google, they will then find your blog content on that client's website. Boom, that's where the magic happens. When I was running Diamond Standard as Chief Revenue Officer for the past 3 years, we were spending about $40K a month on buying keywords. I stopped all of that, let our VP of marketing go, and then we launched the search engine optimization campaign. We figured out what questions people were asking by doing the SEM rush and figuring out exactly what they were saying, and then we were generating blog content based off of those inquiries. You can do it, and you could do it on behalf of clients. Huge value there. Virtual assistant for a business is a little bit trickier because you need to do a little bit of development. Same with sort of any sort of like personalized chat bot. You need to develop the chat bot, but I think AI enhanced tutoring platforms absolutely can be massively powerful. And an AI marketing agency, if you have the gumption and you just want to get out there and launch a business, launch an AI driven marketing agency. I run my own agency called Torque AI. We're developing software. The software is going to do something pretty interesting. But other than that, it's just standard digital marketing services. It's search engine optimization, search engine marketing, it's website development, it's creative, developing creative content. You can launch an AI marketing agency today. Go to LegalZoom, create your LLC, go on to Bluehost and launch your website. Go to GoDaddy, buy the URL, and then put all these different services on it. Done. Also, I should mention that once you get into Deci University, if you take advantage of this offer for $987 and or $99 a month, you will have access to a whole slew of other courses that I have created. I have a sales course, I have a marketing course, I have a communications course, I have how to deal with the board of advisors course. I have courses that are based on 27 years of my experience. We're just talking about the ChatGPT stuff right now. You could do resume writing on behalf of individuals within your community. I think that that's hugely powerful. And you could train ChatGPT to do specific things, right? So we just went through those examples and we just did standard GPT. It is not difficult, and I teach you this in the course, how to create your own GPT. And what I mean by that is you can upload content into ChatGPT and it will learn about your business or your client's business. And then as time goes on, it will get smarter and smarter and smarter and smarter. A little scary, but very cool and very powerful. If you want to do resume writing, you can upload all sorts of descriptive things about your friends and family, about what they do, about how they do it, their business history. They can upload projects that they've worked on. They can upload PowerPoints, PDFs, whatever, and then say,
Create a resume for me that would resonate and crack the algorithm on LinkedIn to be a project manager for XYZ company. Boom, powerful. All social media management services, everything that's happening within social media. I mean, look, I think social media and some of the manner with which some of those platforms grew is dying, meaning the network effect, because there are laws against the ability to just upload your entire contact database and then spread out all those different invites. But social media is still very, very, very impactful for businesses. The ability to generate content with content and context like that, still hugely powerful, but it can be done at scale leveraging ChatGPT, and you can make somebody's life very easy. Somebody that is not comfortable with technology, that doesn't want to deal with it, that says, yeah, I get it, ChatGPT sounds interesting, but I just don't want to handle it. You can make a lot of money doing that. AI powered lead generation. This could be very powerful, and I've done it myself, where I use a company called ClickFunnels, and we generate leads on behalf of our clients. We just drive them to that landing page and then generate a conversion. But you can leverage ChatGPT to generate the content for the marketing, generate the creative, get people to the landing page and convert people. And you could just be a set it and forget it. So tremendously powerful. I go into details of all of this throughout the course. Real ideas for you. If you're looking at this and you're going, oh my God, Chris, I am not a digital marketer. Why are you talking about running a digital marketing agency? And there's no way anybody'd buy it if I said I'm running an AI marketing agency. Cool. Personalized greeting cards and messaging service. Go on Facebook, post to your friends and family and say, I'm going to craft customized greeting card messages for you for the holidays, for birthdays, for weddings, and special events. Now, you can couple that, if you're crafty, with actually making greeting cards that are beautiful. If you're an artist and you want to craft the content, but you can have ChatGPT write that for you. You can upload poetry that you love and inspires you by E.E. Cummings and say, generate poems and deal with create a writing service that sounds like E.E. Cummings. It won't be plagiarizing, but it'll evoke similar emotions of E.E. Cummings. What is it? Anyone lived in a pretty how town. Or it could be Shakespearean. For he who sheds his blood with me today shall be my brother. I think that's it. Anyway, I love that quote because I played rugby and it was about bleeding and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, local business social media content creation, layup. Go around to every business in your downtown area and say, I would like to generate social media content for you. Just teach me about your business and I'll do it regularly. We'll post 3 times a day if you like. We could do any sort of bit of content. Blog content creation for small businesses, children's storybook services is actually the first thing that I did when I first got access to ChatGPT was I asked it to write a children's book because for years I had this idea in my head and it wrote this book based on the parameters that I gave it. I had to explain the main character. I had to explain the lesson that I wanted it to teach. I had to explain the age group that I wanted it for. But I wrote a book called Benny the Bat, and it's about a bat that's afraid of the dark. Cool lesson, right? You're talking about being afraid of the dark and how it's really not that bad. I even had an illustrator create the content. I just haven't gotten around to publishing it. But boom, took me a day, and I wrote a children's book. Imagine if you have a bunch of books in your head that are rattling around and you're having trouble focusing on taking that next step. Boom! Upload this into ChatGPT, ask it a couple of questions and get going. Next couple of slides, we're going to talk about really how to manipulate it. Newsletter writing business. I think this could be tremendously powerful, especially if you live in a suburban or rural area and that area survives based off of email communication to the individuals within your community. You can go around to every local business, say, describe your business to me. You could upload any bit of content that you find out about those businesses, create its own ChatGPT, and say create a newsletter. If you want to take it a step further, things I talk about in the course, you can actually have AI standardize that, create content that it sees based on Google search results, pipes that through Zapier, and you can automatically create the actual newsletter. Stay with me, people. Things get exciting. You could do an event writing speech service. You could do recipe and meal planning services, although people like a little bit of a personal touch, but you can then write it to be search engine optimized so that if you publish it on your own Wix website and you say, hey, I'm talking about my recipes, you could put your recipe, but you could say, write a blog post about my recipe that be search engine optimized for people that might be searching for recipes for apple pie. What are the things that they might be asking? I don't know. What are the main ingredients for apple pie? What's the origin of apple pie? Why is apple pie so popular in the United States? I believe it's a British tradition, right? So you can take those questions, write the blog post answers, and then have links to your recipes. Boom, another business. Local newsletter or magazine, we already talked about that. Let's keep it moving. 13 minutes in, guys. We got about 15, 16, 17, 17 more minutes before the offer expires. I really hope you take advantage of it. $987, you're getting $6,000 worth of stuff rattling around in this brain. Understand the basics of prompt engineering. Prompt engineering is what you're asking ChatGPT to do. So, defining the prompt engineering is the process of designing input prompts that elicit desired responses from the AI model. You don't have to be polite, you should be direct and clear. I am writing a newsletter for my town. Enter the name of the town. The town is in New York, a suburb of New York. New York has a population of XYZ. This is the intent of the newsletter. I want the newsletter to elicit the imagination of people that may potentially want to travel to my town in New York, right? Because you might want to be talking about maybe you're raising the awareness of a local hotel and maybe they're your client. You got to give it those specific directives and identify the objective. Determine the desired outcome. You want people to get excited about your town. You want people to buy a product on behalf of your client. You want people to just be educated and learn about things. Once you identify the task at hand, you can then understand the audience. If you use one of the earlier technologies that I talked about, remember I talked about Delve AI. Marketers can't do anything until you know the avatar that you're marketing to. Who are you talking to? Who do you want to sell to? Once you understand that and you upload that information, or you at least type that information out to ChatGPT, it'll create content that'll resonate. Start with simple prompts, right? So prompt ChatGPT to write a blog post about the benefits of remote work. But then you could drill down even further. You could say, all right, what questions are people asking about remote work? Well, is remote work going away? What percentage of the US workforce work remotely? Does working remote increase productivity or decrease productivity? Start with the main question, drill down, 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 and then it becomes even better. Be specific and provide context. You want to be able to provide context because the context allows for ChatGPT to potentially conduct research. As people are creating GPTs, and you'll see it in ChatGPT, it says Explore GPT. There's a GPT called Consensus, and you can go and you could say, find me articles and references and appendices that prove XYZ. And it'll pull all of this content up for you if you need to add that into the content that you're creating. Incorporating examples into prompts helps set clear expectations for the AI, leading to responses that closely match your requirements. If you're mimicking something that you desire or a newsletter that you love, for example, I love Morning Brew or 1440 or any of these, there's an AI newsletter called Superhuman. I absolutely love it. I'm partial to my own newsletter, which I think I linked up in here. But anyway, if you connect with me, you'll find my newsletter on Beehive, or just search Chris Desi newsletter and you'll find it. But if you take that content, feed it to ChatGPT and say, I want it to be in a similar voice or similar style. If anybody reads Morning Brew, they know it's in a very, very, very casual style. Like the first, it'll be like, it's Tuesday morning. Here's what's happening. And it's just like you're talking to a friend. If you wanted to mimic that, you absolutely can give it that information and say, please mimic it, right? Just be specific in the directives. Then you're going to iterate and you're going to define. So you can experiment with prompt variations. You can analyze the responses and you can take the response and say, I like this portion of the response. Let's go deeper on that and let's refine and iterate. Utilizing role-playing scenarios can be tremendously powerful. If you're providing context, right? Remember, it's not just content, it's also context, including details about the customer. You could say, you can get the database from your client, you could upload it to Delve AI, you can create the avatar. The avatar gets specific, man. The avatar could say, adult white male, 45 to 55, living in Westchester County, New York, commutes regularly into New York City, reads these types of books by Simon Sinek and Ryan Holiday, does CrossFit, loves to play guitar, and is a member of School of Rock. That's how specific that you can get, and you can simulate real world interactions with that avatar. You can ask ChatGPT, what are tertiary products that this person might be interested in, and how do I talk to that person? What are things that may resonate with that person when included into this newsletter? Guys, the options are endless. Asking for multiple outputs, encouraging those multiple outputs. You could benefit from inspiration from that refinement. So ChatGPT will refine it. You could be like, oh my God, that's an idea I didn't even think of. Yes, you can get lost down a wormhole. Please don't get lost down a wormhole. Just check out my courses and figure it out from there. Testing with real world scenarios. So you can identify your industry's needs, understanding the specific challenges and requirements. So you could say, what are the biggest challenges that manufacturers are encountering right now by not implementing technology? Boom, that's a blog post. Test prompts with stakeholders, gather feedback from your team, or select customers to ensure the prompts are practical and effective. Once you start generating content, this might be the worst content ever. It might be way too generic. You might work for a very complicated manufacturer that creates a widget that needs NASA engineers to create that widget. It might not be enough, but it might be a good starting point that generates leads for people to download a lead magnet. For those of you that don't know what a lead magnet is, it could just be, hey, download Stroll from Chappaqua. And isn't that interesting? The summer of 2024 vacation vibes. That's all that you could be generating a lead for. So that could be one step of it. And then as it gets even more complicated, you drill down, you drill down, you drill down, refining based on feedback. Marketing 101, right? Example prompts and their refinement. So just a perfect example. Write a marketing email for our new product, XYZ. Super complicated, NASA engineers. Refining it. Write a marketing email announcing the launch of a new eco-friendly water bottle. Highlight its key features. PBA free. Keeps drinks cold for 24 hours and comes with a lifetime warranty. You get the idea, right? So the more context that you give to ChatGPT, the better the output's going to be. You take the output, you refine it, you refine it, you refine it, you refine it. There's still skill involved here. This is not AI doing the job for you. This is AI expediting the job. Expediting what's between your ears and how you know how to generate revenue to begin with and just making it more efficient. Buy your domain name, create blog content, create your social places and profiles, make that personal brand airtight. If you're looking for a job, learn how to leverage AI and use the platforms that I share with you while simultaneously learning about AI and social media. If you want to change your life with a new job, I highly recommend careerflow.ai. I will send a link to you guys so that you can register for it. It does a very interesting thing where if you upload your resume, it'll look at a job and it will tell you whether you're compatible for that job. And then if you think you're compatible, but your resume doesn't say it, it will help you build your resume and your LinkedIn profile to meet the needs of that job. Again, AI working for you. I've created an ecosystem within Diamond Standard where we've generated $30 million in sales in the past 3 years. Almost all of it is because of AI. We were a ragtag, teeny tiny group. I ran marketing, sales, and communications. I had 8 people under me. Those 8 people were doing the work of a 300-person organization. We were able to use Delve AI and create personas by integrating our Google Analytics. We were able to use the journalist.ai and create automated blog posts and content. We're leveraging Synthesia so that we had avatars. By the way, the woman that introed me in the beginning was fake. She's an avatar. But those are real reviews on Amazon. So you could take her word for it. But we leveraged those Synthesia AI bots because we were trying to scale all of our frequently asked questions and our customer service issues. So we were then able to create the buying persona, create content around the buying persona, write blog content around that buying persona that the buying persona might be interested in, and then create Synthesia AI avatars in order to answer those questions. This is the advanced AI stuff that I get into in different modules and different courses, but I could show you how to do all of this for your own business. You can follow this link. This is a ClickFunnels landing page, and tell me where to send it. I really want you guys to have this book no matter what. Please take action on this. For $9.95, you will get the hardcover book. I will sign it. I'll write something funny, witty, nice. It'll make you giggle. And you'll be able to read the book at your leisure, open it up, take notes, do whatever you like. All I ask is that you pay for the $9.95 shipping and handling domestically so that I can send it out. I've got like 100. I've got like 100 of these books in a box over here, so there is a finite number of them. But typically people go for the university. Again, if you only have $9.95, you will get the book, you will get the ebook, you will also get the audiobook. You'll be able to download the ebook and you can read that at your leisure as well. But that's it, gang. I think it'll be a total blast. My name is Chris Desi. I have had an absolute blast. Please email me, chris@desiventures.com. I'm here. I'd love to learn from you. I'd love to learn about your story. Keep up the good work.